Looking Back in My 81st Year by Maxine Kumin.
My name is Maxine Kumin. I'm going to read a poem titled Looking Back in My 81st Year. It's from Still to Mow, and it has an epigraph from the novelist Hilma Wolitzer, who said, "How did we get to be old ladies, my grandmother's job, when we were the long-legged girls?" Looking back in my 81st year. Instead of marrying the day after graduation, in spite of freezing on my father's arm as "Here Comes the Bride" struck up, saying, "I'm not sure I want to do this," I should have taken that fellowship to the University of Grenoble to examine the original manuscript of Stendhal's unfinished Lucien Louin. I, who had never been west of the Mississippi, should have crossed the ocean in third class on the Cunard White Star, the war just over, the Second World War when Kilroy was here, that innocent graffito, 2 eyes and a nose draped over a fence line. How could I go? Passion had locked us together. 60 years, my lover. He says he would have waited. He says he would have sat where the steamship docked till the last of the pursers decamped, and I rushed back littering the runway with carbon paper. Why didn't I go? It was fated. Marriage dizzied us, hand over hand, flesh against flesh for the final haul. We tugged our lifeline through limestone and sand, lover and long-legged girl.
An analysis of Looking Back in My 81st Year by Maxine Kumin. First, just looking at the title here, we can speculate that this poem may be about a speaker meditating on their life. But after reading Kumin's biography, we know that this poem is all about her life, and she is the speaker looking back on it. In the next few stanzas of the poem, Kumin uses a lot of imagery. She describes how she froze up on her father's arm saying, "I'm not sure I want to do this." Then she goes into talking about all of the things that she could have had the chance to do if she had not gotten married so young. She paints this picture of her at the University of Grenoble, examining an original manuscript of an unfinished novel. She tells of her desire to cross the ocean on a British shipping line. Kumin then reflects on her love. She talks about a character, Kilroy, a graffito. She describes him as 2 eyes draped over a fence line. We understood this as her way of telling the reader her husband would have waited. He would have stayed just as graffiti stays on a wall. He would have been there when she got back. Aside from imagery, we also looked at mood. The mood of this poem changes. At first, it starts out as regretful and questioning. She thinks maybe she made a wrong decision marrying so young. But then the mood changes to reassurance. Reassurance that she loves her husband and wouldn't have wanted to change it because they were so head over heels for each other. The word "dizzied" in the last stanza shows the reader how she couldn't control the love she had for him, and it was so much more powerful than that of her other aspirations. Thank you for listening to our analysis of Looking Back in My 81st Year by Maxine Kumin.